Hello, and welcome back to The Culture Shift with Jeroslyn Jovan, our podcast aimed at inspiring the leaders of tomorrow, brought to you by Black Enterprise. Here, we like to review the success stories of today's tastemakers to encourage those who dare to dream big. Today, we're speaking with the CEO and founder of Canvas Beauty and star on OWN's Love and Marriage Huntsville. She'll give us insight on the newest addition to her flourishing lifestyle brand and how she used TikTok to aid in her rapid scale. Join me in welcoming Stormi Steele. Welcome, Miss Stormi Steele. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am doing well. I'm happy to reconnect with you. I interviewed you like 2 years ago and truly inspired by your story, your brand, everything that you do for your community, business-wise, for women, and behind the scenes too, because it's more than just your Canvas Beauty brand, but you're really an advocate for just women and family. And so at that time, you were appearing as a friend on Love and Marriage Huntsville. I also hadn't really watched the show, but I went and I started watching the show. I caught up on all the seasons and then and saw your introduction. And once at that time you were being introduced, I was like, oh, I know her. Like, she's mad cool. And so seeing you now become like a full-time cast member and share more of your life and your journey, I am just always advocating for you on social media, like just reminding people, like, listen, y'all, she's really self-made and really puts on for the community. So it's an honor to have you back on the show.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm happy to be here.
Yes. So how are you feeling after filming Love and Marriage Huntsville season 6?
We're actually getting ready for the reunion right now. I'm in LA, so.
Wow. Are you excited? Are you a little nervous, guard up?
I don't get excited about it anymore. I guess like it's one of those things, like you do it for so long, it's kind of like second nature now. Mm-hmm. Like 2 years ago, I'd be like, oh my God. Now I'm like, okay, it's another day.
Right. So as a real life CEO and self-made millionaire, you remain humble despite all you could brag about. Were you reluctant to join the franchise and share your personal life, knowing what it had already transpired on the show?
I didn't know what I was getting myself into when it came to Love and Marriage Huntsville, to be honest. I didn't know that there was this world of fans and people who hate you just because they need something to do, or people who even just try to dig and dissect and try to destroy your life. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really know. I guess in hindsight, if I knew that then, I kind of probably would have took a step back. Now, of course, I can't do that. I'm all the way in it. I just take it in stride. For me, it's just like, it just comes with the territory. I more so focus on like who I want to represent for. And I want to represent for girls who are from like no stop like towns like me, who didn't think like even having the opportunity to do something of this capacity was even possible. So I just keep my mind on that. And as far as like, getting into it with my personal life and stuff and making a decision to do it, I don't regret it. Now I feel like it's all good. I've been through the fire of the other side of Love and Marriage. So now I'm just looking forward to the future of it.
Yes. And you also share the business side. You've given us an inside look into how you run Canvas Beauty. And what has that experience been like, letting the cameras into your warehouse and your kind of your internal issues? What's that experience been like for you?
Just normal. I've been very transparent through the whole Love and Marriage process. And even with my entrepreneurial journey, I feel like I got to where I am today because I've always shared the good, the bad, the ugly. I want people to know through my story that even if you experience adversity, you can still make it out on top. So I don't try to make everything look perfect because life isn't perfect. Business isn't perfect. It's never going to be perfect. So for me, even when I was sitting down with the producers, I was like, I want to be real. I want to be honest. I curse a lot. I was like, I don't want to have to just feel like I can't be myself because there are people who identify and resonate with me. There are people who are going through a struggle and need to see that. They don't need to see everything is okay. So when it comes to like my journey, I show everything. I'm like an open book.
Yes. You shared a lot We saw, how you were managing issues as it relates to staffing, managing your inventory. And when I spoke with you 2 years ago, you shared more of your early challenges and hurdles that you overcame as an entrepreneur. But since then, and just in recent years, what's been the biggest challenge you faced with Canvas Beauty?
I would say the backlash of growing too fast. So
Mm.
I grew really fast. Last time I told you how it was just like boom, it's in your face. And with that, like you bring on people and you don't really know what you don't know until you know it. And I've had to deal with a lot of things coming back around and biting me in the ass per se,
Mm.
and just working through those challenges of trusting the wrong people, having the wrong people at a high level on your team who really weren't, you know, there for the best. Got in a lot of sticky situations when it came to business. And I also share that on the show. And that's kind of what it's been like this time as far as like challenges in this next stage of business. You get the success, but then it's like, what does it look like when you grow too fast? And I've shown that. And now I'm also showing what it's like to still rebuild and come out even greater after dealing with, the backlash of growing too fast.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like in anything, you're supposed to learn. Like every lesson is a learning. It's for learning. Like you're supposed to be able to take that experience and never be in that situation again and rise above it. And I feel like my journey as an entrepreneur, boom, grew lightning fast, got all this money and sold all this product, like didn't really know the hell I was doing, right? And then you bring on all these people who's supposed to know what they're doing and they realize you're green and they're like, oh, I can take advantage of her. And then you deal with what that looks like when you do get taken advantage of. And then you say, okay, round two, I've dealt with that. I learned from that. Now we're here. And so
Yeah.
that's kind of where I am now.
Yeah, we're even seeing your exterior toughen season after season. Last season it was like, I'm trying to bring everyone together. You're like, no, this season, what up?
Yeah.
Hop across the table then. Hop across the table. It's like, yeah, no, we're not gonna do that because y'all playing too much. But now recently I saw you post about the success you had with shipping same day at scale. And this is with the new product ascension of your body glaze, which we're going to get into. But just tell us a little of what did it take to get you to this point in your business where you're shipping same day at scale, new products in demand. Tell us a little.
Truly, just making the right decisions,
Mm-hmm.
hiring the right people, like working on the right system, and not trying to feel like that what you have coming in, you're gonna lose it. Like that's what I got into the first time. I was like, oh my God, I pray for this blessing. Like if I turn it off, I'm gonna lose it. Like I asked God to give me this. Now I don't want to fold on it. And now it's like, Stormi, it's not going anywhere. Your blessings aren't going anywhere. Like don't go too fast. So like this time I'm doing it at scale, like what I couldn't do before, because I learned from everything that I did wrong before. So, like, for instance, we just went viral on TikTok. And when I say viral, I mean exceptionally viral. I'm talking 2 hours, you already got 5,000 orders in the system. Another 2 hours, that's another 5,000. Think about what happens in 24 hours. I could have kept my products in stock for 24 hours, right? But then 24 hours later, I couldn't have got those orders out the door in a decent time frame. So I started looking at it. I was like, Stormi, don't stress this. Like, turn it off. Just turn it off. So after we hit a certain amount of orders per day, I turn it off. And I let my team, instead of overwhelming them, I let my team do what they can to get them out. And at the same time, I start building the team, building the structure that's needed to handle the capacity when I come on for 24 hours. And I'm still not on selling on TikTok all day for 24 hours, right? Because
Right.
I'm still building it. But
Yeah.
before the first time around, I left it on for 24 hours because I was scared to lose my blessing, right? But your blessing's not going
Right.
anywhere. That's
Right.
why he gave you a blessing. So that's the difference. I'm just moving smarter this time.
So your new body glaze, it's, seeing huge success after its introduction through TikTok Shop. So
Yep.
now tell us about this process of, like you said, you were using it. A lot of us don't know. We're still figuring out this damn TikTok. So tell us how you figured out, and we talked about this last time, you staying on top of social media trends. So how you figured out this TikTok shop option, utilize it to your ability to where, like you just said, you're selling 5,000 orders a day.
So I got a phone call from a friend, and she was like, "Girl, why you ain't doing TikTok shop?" I don't think she does TikTok shop, but I think she's seen it. And I was like, what is TikTok shop? I was like, shit, I'll give it a try. So I signed up for it, set my store up same day. Very next day, I was already like hitting the limit. I have this thing where I'm able to, one of my gifts, I can make content that converts. I've always been able to. That's why the Blossom Serum was able to do the numbers that it did. That's just something I'm really good at. So with the body glaze, I got it right here too, by the way. I don't know if you can see it. With the body glaze, I can do the same thing. I'm very good at telling people and showing people in content video format why they need a product, what it does, and getting them excited about it. So I was able to do that on TikTok immediately. We started selling on TikTok like very first day. And TikTok has a thing where you have a sales limit when you're a new shop. So they kind of don't want you to get into that season that I was in previously where you're too overwhelmed. So we had like a 200 order volume limit. So we would hit that in like an hour. And it's like you're off for the rest of the day. So I contribute like my success on TikTok shop to not just my ability to make content that converts, but also TikTok's algorithm is really good for putting you in front of people and putting like normal people in front of people. And when I'm in work mode, I don't really care about hair, makeup, etc. Like lab. I don't like that kind of stuff. I like to be able to feel like and reach my consumer. And so you combine those two, and it's just like a winning formula.
Yes, I love that you mentioned that, because I think that's what makes a lot of people gravitate to TikTok, because of how organic their algorithm is. A regular person could post a video and go viral with no followers, nothing, just because it is an organic algorithm. It gives you a bit more confidence compared to these other platforms that make you feel like you have to have all these followers or be a celebrity or influencer.
You gotta have on hair, you gotta have on makeup.
Yeah, you gotta look a certain way, you gotta do this. But TikTok is like, I see people in they shower cap, like, you know, something I don't like. This video, millions of views.
The warehouse in my bonnet on TikTok. Yeah. Like, I love it. I'm like, no pressure. Like, you can really just enjoy the process of creating.
So now you started with hair care, with hair care that really works, baby. Because that serum, it sure enough it has been making my hair grow. And now you have expanded into skincare with your body glaze. Tell us about the inspiration behind the expansion and what made you decide on a body glaze to go your transition into skincare.
So I've been sitting on the body glaze formula for like over a year before I even released it. I developed the concept, the aesthetic, the selling points, everything about every product that Canvas has. And I was sitting on it and I was like, it's not ready yet. I was like, the formula is awesome. It performs, you know, it helps with eczema, etc. Like it has amazing benefits. But I knew I wanted it to present it to the world in a certain way. I didn't want to be like, oh, cures eczema. You know, I wanted it to look fun. I wanted it to be exciting. Like I wanted when people to look at it, they'd be like, oh, what's that? You know what I'm saying? Then get into the benefits. And so like I'm just sitting with it, the product. Every month I walk and I'm like, don't got it yet. And then it started coming to me and I was like, Stormi, it looks like icing. It looks creamy. And then I started thinking about a donut. And then that was our first one, like the donut body glaze. It actually was the first one that went viral. And I knew it would because I really sat and lived with this for a year. And so I would say like what helped me transition into body care, I never wanted Canvas just to be a hair care company. For me, even when I launched with hair care, I did it because I was a stylist. It was like the path of least resistance. And there was my first product, the hair growth serum. But I always wanted us to be like a lifestyle brand. And I took this product right here so seriously because I was like, this is the one that's going to help pivot us into other categories so that we can start becoming this full-on, full-fledged true lifestyle brand.
Yes, yes. So now we have the body glaze in addition to the hair blossom. Do you have plans for more expansion, new products coming?
Oh yeah, definitely. We have a lot in works. We're working on a fragrance line right now, fragrance oils. It's just so much like I want to do with Canvas. I want to do like deodorants. I want to do toothpaste. You name it. If it's for your canvas, I want us to create it. Like that's our motto. We provide curated solutions for a person canvas. And
Yes.
that's what matters to me.
Yes. And what I like about each of your products is like you even mentioned with it's not just a body butter. It helps your eczema. The serum, it helps your hair grow. So I imagine that with your fragrances and the deodorants, I know it's always going to have that component of really kind of
solving a problem first.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's what sets you apart. So
yeah.
now, my love, you just recently celebrated your 35th birthday. Oh, such a monumental way to celebrate your 35th birthday. So it was also your 5-year Canvas Beauty anniversary. You had I got an invite. I couldn't make it. But it was I know I couldn't make it, but I was like, oh, this is such a vibe. It was to go out to do you call it a pasture?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have this your home is on a large plot of land. It has a little lake, and you hosted a party there. You invited people out. So it was like to celebrate your birthday, but also 5 years of Canvas Beauty, and on that big piece of land. Like, oh my gosh, how special was that day for you? And what does it say about your entrepreneurial journey?
It says a lot. Like, even on the show, like I talked about it, I was like, I needed to have that type of celebration because I wanted the energy. Canvas, my 4th year was like a shit show. Like, girl, it was like, am I even gonna have my business? It was that rough for me. So I was like, not only is it my 35th, which I consider like a milestone because you're right before 40, because that's the next one. I was like, this is also our 5 years. And the saying, like, a lot of companies don't make it to 5 years. And if you do, like, you're getting there. Like, a lot of even successful companies, they just don't make it past 5 years. So I really wanted to celebrate it. And to be able to do it on our estate just meant a lot to me, especially because, like, there were so many people there who came out to just support, like, what we stand for. It was a lot of people who are our customers that were there that day. I think we had over 800 people there.
Yes.
So it means a lot to me.
Yes, because if you are a customer and you're on the email list, you received an email with an option to like RSVP for the invite. It was such a way of connecting with people that support your business and kind of cultivating that relationship by feeling like, oh wow, she sees me and I'm invited to her birthday party. But wow, just also a testament to just how you like to share your blessings.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, you shared on the show kind of like a journey you had with hiring a family member. And I want it was like, I'm sorry, it was funny. It was also funny when the mamas got involved. That was it's like Lord child. But one thing I love about reality television is just kind of these real life scenarios. People, you can see yourself in these scenarios. And particularly with like the Love and Marriage Huntsville, it's the Black family. Like we kind of can all identify with different areas of it. So I felt you on that, and I think you handled it very well. But have your thoughts on hiring friends and our family changed since really scaling your business to the point that you have it at right now?
Okay, so in that moment they had, but like me being me, like, I don't want to say I feel obligated. I still just love giving people who otherwise wouldn't have the opportunity to excel and like move forward in a fast growing company. I still want to provide that for people who I'm connected with. That's still always going to mean the most to me. So I still do it. Like, even in this second round of like hiring and like scaling up for the Body Glaze movement, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I hired a lot of people I knew, but a lot of them are doing really great.
Yes.
What I've taken away from that is I hold on for too long, right? And then I start becoming an enabler, and then I start enabling people to, not do right by me and my business. So now I have this thing where I have this motto where, Stormi, if you see something wrong, and you got to move how anybody else will move. You know what I'm saying? Because after a certain point, it becomes morally unethical to keep someone there who can lower the morale of everybody else who are performing at a high level. So what I do now is I fire quickly. Normally I'd be like, oh no, I ain't gonna do that thing. It's been a year. It's okay. But it's hard. make up for it. They can stay. I don't want them to lose their job. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm just like, oh, you want to do your job? I'm sorry, you gotta go. I love you.
Yeah.
No.
Yes, yes. But we did see how hard that was for you. And just even knowing that you still are hiring people, that's totally fine. But at least kind of making that decision, like, all right, if you taking advantage of this situation, yeah.
Yeah, now they know that. Okay, don't play with her.
Right.
My cousins, they actually have this joke. They'd be like, okay, you finna get that text message. Cause I'd be like texting me like,
Listen, right. Right. Because I can text you and tell you that you ain't got your job no more because we family. So that's just what it is.
That joke, they're like, don't get that text message.
So the last time I spoke with you, one of the biggest things that stood out to me that you were doing is donating IVF treatments to hopeful mothers. And it was a testament to your own journey to motherhood. And you wanted to share that with other mothers to be. And so I want to know, is that something that you're still doing or are finding ways of supporting the next generation of mothers?
It's definitely still an initiative that we still do. The last person who we put through IVF, it didn't work out. It was twice. And I guess I had to like take a step back because I was so like, my heart was connected to it.
Yeah.
But it's definitely something that we still have a nonprofit for it. We still are looking for mothers so that we can do IVF with them. I think I just have to remove my heart from it because it devastated me so bad,
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yes, because can you touch on that a bit? Like with IVF, it's not always a guarantee. Is that the case for? Is it a case by case basis? Do you know kind of what can lead to that, or no? It's kind of like
it can be case by case. Like you never know why embryo doesn't implant. So
yeah.
I know some women, they've done it 4 and 5 times without success. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It gets emotionally draining.
Yes.
I know some people who go in, they like me, they got, blessed on their first time. So you just never know.
You never know. And with your donation, is it, because I haven't tried it before, but is it like just for one IVF treatment?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So in the event that it would need more.
But yeah, and then so that's why I kind of was getting like so emotionally invested. Like my last person, like we did
Right.
two.
Right. Right. It's still a great initiative. I love that you have a nonprofit that is dedicated to that because it's out here. There's a lot of women that aspire to become moms and create their own family. So you having those resources and paying it forward in a way like that is very, very inspiring. So now your big giant booth was the talk of the town at the Black Business Expo. Will you be taking part in any future Black Business Expos? What was your takeaway from that experience as someone who is all about the community, especially your hometown?
I really don't play with stuff like that, especially when the initiative is to give back to the community. Transparently speaking, maybe this is a little shady, maybe not. I really feel like a lot of it was put together for TV. And then you started to realize, oh, like I can benefit here and I can make moments where they don't exist, i.e., the $100, etc. With the booth situation, we were brought on, asked to have our products there, asked to have a booth. It wasn't something that I naturally wanted to do because I was so busy. We were busy getting a huge retail order out, and like our team was like stretched to capacity. And I stepped away myself, you know what I'm saying, to even, show up to add value. Like one of my things I always do, I say, if I'm coming, I'll try to add value. I didn't have a booth to sell anything. Everything that I had was gifted. It was a gifting suite. I was literally like, meeting people, giving them products. You know what I'm saying? Say, here you go, So I really feel like, well, I know the $100 thing, it wasn't even a real thing. It was him coming up to me for a moment on camera.
Okay.
So I don't play like that. I'm kind of like,
we found out, and we
can be on some real stuff and it's gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? But you don't gotta go out your way.
Yes.
To try to take a moment.
Yes.
For the camera.
Because if you watch it back clearly, you were given this walkthrough after you were asked to be a part of this event. And Tisha looks at you and says, Stormi, you're going to have your products here, right? That's exactly what happened. And so you had your product there. And then now all of a sudden, when you have your product there, you're told to have $100. And it kind of highlights kind of conversations we have within the Black community of like a crabs in a barrel, or kind of just even division with amongst ourselves, where we're all trying to come together to do something, and then it turns into drama. Why? Over $100.
It was literally for a moment. It was for a reaction. Like, seriously,
Wow.
because I didn't even take up space. Like, my area was big, but it was against a wall. Like, it was in the back corner. They never gave dimensions. It was never a thing of that. So, like, when I get there, and once you're filming stuff, you begin to realize there are certain people with certain personalities who want reaction so that the storyline can continue for them, right? Canvas Beauty is my first and foremost. Like, that's the most, I ain't gonna lie to you, Canvas Beauty is so much my first and foremost. I don't really even be promoting the fact that I'm on a reality TV show. I don't know if you noticed that, but it's because I care about that first and foremost. That's my first and foremost. That show is their first and foremost. So if they gotta, do something strange for a little bit of change, you know what I'm saying? That's what they do. I'm never gonna do that. And so when I'm there at this Black Expo, because it was, sold to me like something for the community, and now it's like a moment and reaction for camera, I'm done. I'm not playing that game. No.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing that. And as you mentioned, you are preparing for the reunion taping. I know it's going to get addressed. And it seems like mostly everybody is on your side. So now with us closing out this season, you're about to do the reunion. Has your friendship dynamics changed since wrapping season 6? Is there anyone that you consider a genuine friend from the show?
I really enjoy Kiki.
Okay.
I enjoy Kiki. And the reason why I enjoy Kiki is I enjoy people who are authentically themselves. Cameras on, cameras off. Like, she's Kiki. I resonate with that. I don't like when I have to feel like I need to change to be around somebody. Like, I am who I am. You know what I'm saying? And Kiki, she's my girl. I ride with Kiki.
Yeah. I mean, thinking of your introduction to the show at that time, Mel was doing a music video at your house, and you were letting her use your house and, just speaking life into her. I also did interview her recently, and I get good energy from you both. So watching the show and kind of just seeing like how I'm wondering, like, was it the show that kind of put a string between them, and will they ever come back together? Because y'all are just both such dope, phenomenal women. But what I do get from you is like you're just straight up, no chaser, none of the surface level stuff. Just give me all of your realness as you are, or I don't want it. But is there any hopes for you two to kind of mend fences and get back to where you once were?
I don't think there's anything to mend. I don't think it was broken. I just think people see our dynamic as different as how, they met us. I'm just very big on, let's be how we are on camera, off camera. And if that's not that, I'm not coming on camera to pretend. Yeah, that's like, say if we're friends in real life, right? I can be friends with you on camera, but if I don't talk to you in real life, I'm not gonna show up to scene every day like, hey girl, oh my God. I don't get paid to do that.
Right. I mean, my fingers are still crossed on that, or at least maybe a real more honest dialogue could happen. Because it seemed like, y'all two would be a good team. Other than that, what's next for Stormi, Steele, and Canvas Beauty?
I ain't gonna lie to you, like, I got my mind set on building like the next $1 billion lifestyle brand. That's all I see. That's tunnel vision. It's not even about being a $1 billion lifestyle brand. It's about a Black girl coming from a no stoplight town, chasing that and achieving that feat, with very little, resources, opportunities, etc., that you would think would be awarded to somebody else, so that's my goal.
It's all going to happen. It's all going to happen. It's already happening. I'm here for it. Again, thank you for sharing your journey with us on social media, on television. You never know how many people you're touching or inspiring just by doing that. So continue to do that and live in your authentic truth. And yeah, until we reconnect again, keep being fabulous.
Thank you.